everybody, it's Star Singer. I think it is January 29th. We're nearing this full moon, so I want to come on and do a transmission. I'm wearing my QFT shirts that I'm about to release on the shop. I've had them hidden in the vault for a few months now, but they're just so cool. They've got my female robot on the back of them, and they'll be on the shop soon. You can order them for anyone who likes synthetic t-shirts. So I wanted to come on and bring in a Lightstream tonight that's coming in, that's been coming in really strong because of the collective activity going on, and just talk about the QFT and just bring in some other information that's coming in that I feel is really important for people to understand right now while all this chaos is going on in the government. You have to understand that what's going on in the government is not human, it's reptilian. And David Icke was banned for years for talking about this. But they've now let him back on the platform, on the YouTube platform, and he's talking all about it, which, you know, people called him crazy. People have always called me crazy too, because I'm a torchbearer. I light the torch, and then I leave it, and I go ahead, right? And then people realize, whoa, she was right. And the same thing with David Icke. There are people who have prophet energy that walk on this earth that reveal things. When they first reveal them, they get called crazy. But then later on, people realize, oh, they were telling the truth. So I just want to remind everyone, especially people in America and people who are watching this whole thing go down firsthand, that I remember a lot of my lifetimes, my past lifetimes, and I was a king in one of my lifetimes in the 1500s in Hawaii. It's called Ko Hawaii Paina. And Hawaii, the nation of Hawaii, was taken over by Captain Cook. If you look in history, there's been a lot of indigenous people's lands taken from them. You know, so what's happening to Venezuela right now is no surprise to me, because, you know, we've witnessed this for generations. You know, and if you have access to your Cashapp records, you know what your soul's telling you, who you were in the larger scheme of things, because really the soul only has one life, with many entrances, many exits, and those entrances and exits are called your lifetimes. So right now is a highly spiritual time for people to be awakening, accessing their own Akashic records. When you access your Akashic records, so I do recommend that you only access your Akashic records that are most beneficial for you to know. Like me, I was famous in many of my past lives. It's one of the reasons I don't want to be famous now. And also I heard something about famous people. If there's any famous celebrities that watch my videos, I really want you to tell me. Apparently, all celebrities in this new age sign some sort of deal with the devil. I'm like, what does that look like? No wonder I was famous at the end of my life, in my past life. I'm like, really? What does that look like? And is that why celebrities are so held different than everybody else? They're not different than everybody else. They just have gifts, they share their gifts with the world, and everyone freaks out about it. It's like, and then they become a celebrity and get millions of fans and whatever, right? But it's not real. It's just that you are living your destiny, and it is your destiny to share your gifts with the world. But humans made this whole celebrity thing up. So I'm really wondering, is it true? Because I was just told by a psychic I was talking to that all celebrities sign a deal with the devil. I was like, oh no, I don't want that then. No, I don't want to be famous in this life. That's why I act so crazy. I'm infamous. I prefer to be infamous. Everybody knows my name. I don't know anybody. Someone told me that about the QFT a few years ago. I said, oh, nobody knows about me. Nobody knows about it. And they were like, well, I'm sorry, but every single person I have met has told me to look at the QFT. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't even know. Well, I know by the numbers that I'm shown via Google and Apple, but so yeah, I just wanted to mention some of these things, and sort of stream some of this light consciousness in to the collective at this time, that what is happening in the US right now has happened before. And that is, what the beings are doing that are in those positions is they're just looking back in history and doing, repeating, creating time loops to throw humanity back in time. And that's why the 144,000 enlightened future avatars that I work with to bring through the QFT are here on this planet right now and awakening. And the whole collective is awakening because we need everybody awake as possible to be able to see to it that this doesn't happen, that we don't go back in time, that they don't erase the progress that human beings have made, that these extraterrestrials, they're all extraterrestrials, they're reptilians, they're not even humans, okay? Maybe they were at one time, but they're not anymore. So that's one thing people need to realize, and people that are just stuck in the mundane, don't want to think outside the box. Well, hello, you're going to have to wake up because it's happening. And people wonder why it's so crazy and why they're just going ahead and barging, doing all this stuff. They have an agenda. They want to take the earth. And humans, hybrids like myself, but that are part extraterrestrial, have extraterrestrial starseed DNA, we're here to ensure that that doesn't happen. But we can only do as much as we can with our power, right? And that's why it's important that I speak up right now. And, as I've said in some of my previous videos, I'm not afraid. I don't have anything written down. I've spoken to them on other levels. I know who they are. They're not human, right? So that is why the QFT is here, because it can protect you. It can protect you against the AI invasive signals that are coming through every single device and system on the internet at this time. And, it'll also help you to wake up your gifts, your starseed gifts, your dormant gifts, your clairvoyant gifts, your clairaudient gifts, clairvisual, whatever gifts you have. Those light codes that come through a lot of the frequencies in the QFT are there for people that are ready to receive them, to just open to them and receive them, and they'll open up inside you like a light particle. And that's what also happens when people come in my classes, because I teach people in a very different way, and it is because of the way that I was taught and who I was taught by. I was taught by people of integrity, and I was taught and this goes against every grain of social norm, because people are programmed from a very young age to be competitive. And I was taught to teach people to surpass me. So I'm the complete opposite. I'm not competitive at all. But people, when they see me, they want to compete with me. They want to compete with what I'm doing. I'm like, you can't. It's my soul destiny. Touch not my anointed. That's what I say to anyone who's trying to duplicate or replicate what I'm doing. Go get your own connection to God, which leads me to another thing that came up. I'm not reading from any list today because I just got a bunch of downloads, Lightstreams coming in that I wanted to just bring in and share with you guys. So this woman called and she was wondering about the Mystic Arts Magic class, Pathway to the Stars, that Dr. Amber Ortega and myself teach. And this is a class we started teaching about 7 or 8 years ago. It's a wonderful class. And at some point in the conversation, I said, yeah, we got to get the bat out sometimes with some of these people, though, because they get too power hungry. And, Amber, she's completely grounded, completely opposite from me. So she's got sort of an alluring, sensual energy, which I don't have at all. And I'm very proud not to have that. But we're very opposite, so we have to bring out the bat sometimes for her and sometimes for me, because people get real power hungry when they meet me and they see things I can do. They want to do it. I'm like, it's not your destiny. You weren't given the codes. Go and do the practice and connect to God. Get your own connection to Source. Find out what your own destiny is. Don't try and steal power from other people. Touch not my anointed. Touch not my anointed. And it's true. It is very true. If you touch anointed people, the backlash is detrimental on a soul level for anyone who touches anyone that has been anointed. So there's a warning. But anyway, so she asked me, she said, well, why do you have to take out the bat sometimes on people? I said, because they want my power. They want my gifts, my abilities. And she was like, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, well, people don't have their own connection to Source. So they see someone like me and they're like, oh, we want to do what she does. I'm like, you go and you walk the path I've walked, and then we'll see if the councils of light and councils of justice and the dragon councils choose you. Because having gifts like me is not something I signed up for. It's not something I wanted. It's something I was chosen to do. So when people come and try and steal or attach to or take something that's coming through me, touch not my anointed. That's all I have to say to anyone who's attempting to interfere with me and my destiny, or anybody else who is anointed. If you touch anointed people, serious backlash will come upon you. Because, especially right now, because it interferes with the whole frequency of the being, and then the being has to take the time to get their frequency back aligned, So, good luck with anyone who's trying to touch anointed people right now. And there's a lot of them. All this destiny swapping and stuff going on. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Justice and judge. All I have to do is say, hey, Anubis, come up. Take this person. And they go. That's it. So, be careful with that witch's cauldron of yours. Especially right now. Especially with anointed people. Because I'm not only standing up for myself, I'm standing up for a whole collective. And it is one of my missions on this planet to protect that collective. So, anyway, I'm really excited about my shirts. I'm going to release them finally. Um, and they'll be available on the online shop. And our class is filling up, so if you want to join, starts 22nd of March, and it goes for 7 weeks. If you need any more details than that, I don't publicize them, but you can email me and I'll tell you the other details, like dates and times. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about in this Lightstream? Wow, 15 minutes already. Holy. Wonder what I brought through. I can't even remember. Yeah, it's an interesting time that we're living in right now, but people need to be aware of what's really going on. And people also need to be aware that, you know, you may be afraid to look at yourself and be like, do I have starseed DNA? And a lot of human beings do. There are very rare human beings on this planet, actually, that don't have some starseed DNA, because we were all engineered by the Anunnaki. So we all, a lot of us, anyone who has a soul, has Anunnaki in them. And this is another big conspiracy theorist that people are blowing out of proportion and making everyone afraid of the Anunnaki. They're making people afraid of the Anunnaki because they don't want people to remember their power. The Anunnaki are able to create, co-create new blueprints for civilizations. Very powerful energy. And a lot of human beings have Anunnaki DNA. They just haven't awoken that yet. But it will come. It will come in the future, and you will need it. You will need it. If you have it, you know. And the religion is, everybody's got to get out of the state of religion. The Three Eye Atlas, watch some things that are going on with Three Eye Atlas right now, and the Boogosphere that just landed in South America. You know, people got to know that there's the extraterrestrials are all over the place. They're walking all over the place on the earth already. So, you know, this whole veil that's been placed over everyone to make them go to sleep, forget, the veil of forgetting, you know, boom, it's got to be taken off. So, this is what I want to say in this light stream. Okay, so this is what I suggest to the nation of Hawaii, the nation of California, the nation of Minneapolis, the nation of New York, any state that is against the current administration. I suggest that you become a sovereign nation inside of America. And you have every right to do that. You have the ability to do that. You have the forces to do that. California will become the country of California. Hawaii will become the country of Hawaii again. And I did the Seven Sisters productions I did the Aloha Keakua invocation for over 10 years. And what I did that for was to free the nation of Hawaii back to become a sovereign nation. So this is the download I got about what's going on right now. If people really want to take back their power, this is what they need to do. You need to come as a state, be like, okay, the state of Colorado is now the country of Colorado inside the United States. The state of California is now the country of California inside the United States. The state of Hawaii is now returned to sovereign nation of Hawaii. And the state of New York, all the states that are wanting to be sovereign from this this idiotic activity going on, you know, just become sovereign. That's it. Separate yourself. That's what I suggest to everyone to do. So I know that there are some people who come around and watch my videos that have more power than others, more persuasion and abilities to talk to the right people. So that's what I suggest you do, because it isn't going to get any better. It really isn't, unless the states become sovereign nations within the United States. Excuse me. I have a little bit of a cough because I came back from Nevada, and whatever they're spraying over there has made me have a allergic reaction. Seriously, these chemtrails. I'm transmuting it, but I've had to do a lot of work with my light body, and everyone's going to have to strengthen their light body because of all this bombardment of energy signals. I got AI signals coming, messing up your mind. Use the signal clearing in the QFT, and use QFT. Just use your intuition. Go to whatever frequency you're guided to, because it'll help you. It will really help you, and that's why we brought it here in 2019 with female robots before any of this happened. So, happy full moon, everybody. I'm going to say peace and blessings. Aloha, ke kua. Ku.